Instead, for decades, scientists have sought signs of life elsewhere, usually peering outward to Mars and more recently at Europa, human. But we now found sign of life on that planet where no one think. But how scientists found possibility of life and where, let's know in this episode. On September 14, 2020, news came that astronomers of United Kingdom announced they had detected the chemic alphosphine in the thick cloud of Venus. The team reported detected, based on observation by two Earth-based radio telescope, surprised many Venus experts. The phosphine is which is very inflammable gas which produced by anaerobic bacteria or by the reaction of water with calcium phosphate. The organisms produces it which live in the oxygen-starved environment of landfills, marshland, and even animal guts. As before it, scientists believed that Venus had no sign of life. This is because that its surface temperature has recorded till 464 degrees Celsius, its atmosphere consists of 96.5% carbon dioxide and it's a very reflective cloud in this. And this because of its composition mostly by sulfuric acid. And due to presence of sulfuric acid in cloud here acid rainfall happen. Research proved that here once time water present but by increasing global warming it changed into vapor and mix in space. We are trying to make the case for exploring Venus and to inspire and inform future missions to collect in situ data with satellites, says Sanjay May, a University of Wisconsin-Madison Space Science and Engineering Center scientist and co-author of a recent collection of papers on Venus that he hopes will do just that. Venus was not always the pressure cooker it is today. Like Earth, its environment included volcanic activity and liquid water oceans. For nearly 3 billion years, the sun was dimmer, but more intense, radiating the planets with high-energy particles and ultraviolet rays. Around 3.5 billion years after its formation, Venus began to heat up and over the course of millions of years, its oceans evaporated. With its atmosphere of carbon dioxide and water vapor, a runaway greenhouse effect trapped more of the sun's energy, creating the planet's modern dense and hot atmosphere. Venus' surface pressures are more than 90 times those of Earth, with surface temperatures exceeding 486 degrees Celsius, 906 degrees Fahrenheit, hot enough to melt lead. While these conditions are inhospitable to most life on Earth, small and hardy microorganisms known as extremophiles have extraordinary abilities to survive in the worst imaginable places. It is possible, researchers say, that these ancient organisms adapted to the changing conditions on Venus and eventually found a new home within its thick atmosphere. Scientists are skeptical that fossil remains exist on the Venusian surface due to continuous and destructive volcanic activity. However, satellites orbiting the planet offer deep glimpses into its atmosphere and have presented clues of potential life drifting throughout narrow pockets aloft in the Venusian sky.